In 1973, a researcher took blood plasma from young donors and added it to liver cells from people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. Within hours, those old cells started producing proteins like young cells again. Something in young blood was literally telling old cells how to act young. Scientists spent years trying to figure out what that something was, and when they finally isolated it, it turned out to be one of the smallest, simplest molecules you could imagine. Just 3 amino acids bound to a single copper ion. They called it GHK-copper, and for the last 50 years, it's quietly become one of the most studied and most slept on molecules in the entire longevity and skincare world. Today, we're calling it what it is, the fountain of youth peptide. And then we're going to show you the actual science behind that claim, because this one has decades of real data. I'm Sean, this is Peptide A-to-Z. Let's go. Here's what we're covering, what GHK-copper actually is, and why it was hiding in your blood, the gene expression data that should honestly be bigger news than it is, the head-to-head test against a major anti-wrinkle ingredient, and yes, GHK-copper won, and the honest picture of what this peptide can and can't do. Let's start with the basics. GHK-C-copper stands for GLY-cell-histidylysine, 3 amino acids, glycine, histidine, and lysine, bound to a copper ion. That's it. It's one of the smallest peptides studied in regenerative medicine. The researcher who isolated it was a biochemist named Laurent Picard. He found GHK naturally present in human plasma, saliva, and urine, and he found that the levels of GHK in your body decline significantly as you age. At age 20, you have roughly twice as much GHK in your system as you do by age 60. So here's the question that launched 50 years of research. If your body produces less of something as it ages, and adding that something back made old cells behave younger, what happens if you replace it? That's exactly what researchers have been investigating ever since, and the results, especially in the last 15 years, have been remarkable. Because it's not just it helps wrinkles. What GHK-copper actually does at the genetic level is insane. In 2015, researchers ran a study looking at GHK-copper's effect on human gene expression, and the results were published in a way that almost reads like science fiction. GHK-copper was shown to influence the activity of literally thousands of genes, resetting the gene expression pattern of older tissue to look more like younger tissue. We're talking about genes related to collagen production, antioxidant defenses, and even DNA repair. It also showed up in research on something called caspase genes involved in programmed cell death. GHK-copper's interaction with these genes is why it's been studied in cancer biology contexts too. Now, to be clear, this is gene expression research, not a GHK-copper cures cancer claim, but the breadth of what this tiny molecule appears to influence is genuinely remarkable. 3 amino acids and a copper ion influencing thousands of genes. That's not normal. GHK-copper levels drop 50% by age 60. The 2015 research found it modulates thousands of genes. Gene expression is great, but let's get to the part everyone wants. Does it work on skin? And how does it compare to what's already on the shelf at Sephora? This is the part of the video where GHK-copper earns its cheat code energy. There's a well-known ingredient called Matrixyl 3000. It's in a huge number of anti-aging serums. In a published comparison study, GHK-copper produced a 31.6% greater wrinkle reduction. Compared to a plain control, it reduced wrinkle volume by 55.8% and depth by nearly 33%. Let's sit with that. A molecule from 1973 outperformed one of the industry's flagship ingredients. Animal studies show it accelerates wound healing and improves how wounds close and form tissue. It increases formation of new blood vessels and even stimulates hair follicle activity. There's also a systemic effect. Injecting it in one area improved healing in completely different areas. That suggests it's not just a topical effect. There may be a body-wide signaling component. Quick note before we keep going. If you're brand new to peptides and want a solid foundation, I put together a free beginner's guide that covers everything from what peptides actually are, to the 7 most talked about ones, to how to tell real science from online hype. It's called the Peptide A-to-Z Beginner's Guide, and it's completely free. Link is in the description. Grab it. It'll make everything we talk about on this channel click a lot faster. Now here's where we pump the brakes a little and give you the real picture. GHK-copper has one of the strongest safety records, 50 years of data naturally occurring. But here's the nuance. The skin data is strong, but some systemic data comes from animal models. It both stimulates collagen and regulates the enzymes that break it down. That balance is key. Copper itself, in excess, can be a concern, which is why the copper-bound form matters. So, is it the fountain of youth? For skin specifically, the data is some of the best we've seen. For the broader reverse aging claim, we're still in relatively early days for some applications. That's not a letdown, that's just where the science actually is. And it's a pretty exciting place. GHK-copper might be the most quietly impressive peptide we've covered on this channel. It's been in your blood the whole time, and the data is honestly kind of remarkable. If this changed your thinking, hit subscribe. We're digging into molecules hiding in plain sight. Drop a comment with what you want next. MOTSC and CMAX are already on the list. This is Peptide A to Z. Research, education, longevity. See you in the next one. One last thing. Everything on this channel is for educational purposes only. We're here to break down the science, not to tell you what to do with your body. Nothing in this video is medical advice, and nothing here should be taken as a recommendation to use any specific compound or substance. Always talk to a qualified healthcare professional before making any decisions about your health. We take that seriously, and we think you should too.